my WhatsApp group, one of the questions that came up pretty often is, has the expression of interest form for Alberta Immigration Program has changed? So I was just wondering, so let me do a quick demo of the expression of interest form as it stands in February of 2026. So to submit your expression of interest, you need to come to the aaip.labor.alberta.ca. There is a process to create this particular account. I have already covered that in many of my videos, and that process hasn't changed. Okay, so you will come here and log in into your Alberta account, and then you will click on create new expression of interest. You will always know that you can only create one expression of interest at a time. So if you have any other expression of interest, you will have to cancel that. So I created one expression of interest for demo, so I will be canceling that now. So go back to your home page and open any of the submitted expression of interest and click on cancel, so that we can together walk through on how to create an expression of interest. So that is very important. We will see how to create an expression of interest. So you will come back to your home page and then click on create new expression of interest for workers. I'll highlight what has changed in a major way. There are only few sections which has changed in a major way, and other sections which I don't think has changed in that major way. The first section that you will have to say and confirm that whether you have read all the information or not, you will say yes. Next comes your personal information. Your name and your email address will be populated from your account, so you need not change anything. Next, you have to select your pathway. This pathway is a static list. You have seen this pathway multiple times, so you will select the correct pathway that you are applying under. For example, let me do it under priority sector. Okay, I'm doing it under priority sector. What's your country of residence? This question is best answered by you. My country of residence currently is Canada, so I would select Canada. You can select your country of residence, the country that where you currently are when you are filling up this form. Do you have a valid work permit issued by IRCC? If you are already working in Canada, you would select yes. Valid work permit is required, a legal status is required if you are working in Canada. Then you have to select what type of work permit you have. From this particular drop down, you should be able to find your particular work permit. If you are, say, a spousal work permit or something, you can select other, or you can select the correct type of work permit. Say for example, I am intercompany transferee. Okay, what's your work permit expiry date? Look for this information on your work permit itself. So go to your work permit and select the correct expiry date. I am just putting some random date. This is in no way correct information. This is just for a demonstration. Use the information that is there on your particular profile. Okay, are you currently in Federal's Express Entry pool? If you are, if you have an Express Entry profile, select yes. And for no reason, let's have a very quick discussion here on Express Entry. If you are interested in Canadian PR, you should have a Express Entry profile. Very clear on that. I have explained that multiple times. There is no reason for you to create a expression of interest for Alberta and not have an Express Entry profile, because creating your Express Entry profile opens up multiple gates. Express Entry profile number. You will enter your Express Entry profile number. I have just made up a number. This Express Entry profile number will be available on your Express Entry profile. And so will the Express Entry expiry date. Express entries are valid for a year, so enter the expiry date of your Express Entry. Express Entry score will be there on your Express Entry, so enter the score from there. Enter your final score, and then your NOC. At the time of creating your Express Entry, you would have created a NOC. You would have selected an NOC, so select that NOC. Okay, I am selecting some random number. Highest level of education completed. This is something that you would know, and this is the same information from the last time. If have you completed your highest level of education in Canada? If not, then keep it blank. If you have completed, then select if you have done from Alberta or from any other province in Canada. If your education is outside Canada, let it blank. And then on the next question, select yes on the ECA. You will need your ECA if your highest level of education is outside of Canada. So you will select yes. No other information is needed here. Next section is on language proficiency. Language proficiency, you would select language proficiency and French proficiency. Depending on your case, you would select what type of language test you have given. Work experience, you will select what kind of work experience you have, whether it's more than 12 months, between 6 and 11 months, or less than 6 months. Then you can select one or two of the questions below. Select whatever is applicable to you. Say for example, you have 12 months of work experience, you have worked 6 months in Alberta, 6 months outside Alberta. You can select both of them. Next comes the question of NOC. Somebody was asking me a question in the live session that I covered this particular form on. They asked me a question, what should be my NOC? Should it be my, like, if I have worked on multiple projects and multiple NOCs in my past experience, what NOC should I give here? And to be very honest, there is only one field here. I would say if that is your case, select the latest one. I would select the latest NOC that is applicable to you. And if that matches your express entry profile, nothing better than that. Okay, so select the NOC from your work experience. Your age, you would know your age, so select the correct button. Connections in Alberta. Do you have a connection in Alberta? If yes, click yes. But make sure that the connection or your family in Alberta is your parent, child or sibling and not your in-laws. Okay, very clear on that. This change had been made, I think, more than a year back, and still people are confused. Can I put my in-law? Can I put my uncle? No, your uncle is not your parent, your cousin is not your sibling, right? Or your niece or nephew is not your child. So please don't put anybody as family in Alberta if they are not parent, child or sibling, and not your in-laws for sure. So say for example, I have family in Alberta, so I have just selected that. Job offer. This is where the section have changed, and this is where I'll go a bit slow. Job offer or employment contract. Click yes if you have a job offer or employment in Alberta. If you are applying for rural renewal stream, then you will have to select this particular checkbox, that whether you have endorsement from a designated community. If you are working in a tourism and hospitality sector, you will have to select this. This will make you eligible for the tourism and hospitality stream. And then if your job is in law enforcement, then you select this. For me, say none of these is applicable, so I have kept this blank. But I said I have a job offer. So what is the job offer? What is the NOC of the job offer? So I'll select here and select the correct NOC which is applicable to my job offer. Make sure this is the job NOC which is applicable to your job offer. Okay, it can be different from your past experience, but this should be the correct NOC. I'm just taking a demonstration here. Next 4 questions are something which are new. What's your wage or salary? If you are paid annually, if your wage or salary is quoted annually, you select annually and then select the wage or salary. So say for example, I am doing this. And then how many hours you have worked per week. So 30 is the minimum for full time, and put your hours from your job offer. So this is the new section in the expression of interest that many people are talking about. Next question is on NAICS. NAICS is North American Industry Classification System. Each employer business who is working in North America has a categorization or has a NAICS associated with them. The best source for NAICS is your employer yourself. Okay, so speak to your Alberta employer. they should be able to provide you with the NAICS, or you can do the search with this particular link. So if you go to this particular link, you can do a search based on your keyword, on which sector you are employed, and then go within and within. Okay, say for example, I'm under finance, I'll click here, and then under, say if I'm working for some insurance company, then insurance carrier, and then so on and so forth. You can find out your NAICS. Okay, so go ahead and select your NAICS based on your actual scenario. Okay, I'm just selecting something random for just completing this form. Okay, this should be your correct NAICS, which you will fill up after discussing with your employer. Job offer location. Your job offer will have a location. Make sure that the location that you are entering is as per your job offer. If your job offer is outside of Calgary, outside of Edmonton, and outside of any rural renewal enabled community, click on other Alberta community. Right? If you are working in Calgary or Edmonton, select that particular section. Say my job is in a city called Adri, which is north of Calgary. I will select other Alberta community. Alignment with Alberta regulatory requirements. If your job, the job that you are doing, needs regulatory requirements or any kind of registration, any kind of licensing, make sure that you comply with that, and then you check this box. This is very important. If your job or your job offer needs any kind of regulation, any kind of licensing, any kind of registration, make sure you follow that. Otherwise, you will not be getting any invitation. So you will have to select that you meet the requirements of practice in the regulated occupation in Alberta. Very, very important. What is the regulatory requirements? This will depend on individual professions. So talk to your employer, and there should be a professional organization here or licensing body which will lay down the regulation and registration requirements. So make sure you fulfill that. Next are the sections on candidate declarations. These are basically, go through it. These are basically documents for you to sign. You are basically signing it when you are checking it, and whether anybody has given you advice on preparing your expression of interest, you say no, and then you say yes, and then you select last on the last declaration question. Once you are done, you click on submit. This will submit your expression of interest, and it will give you the score that you have received for this particular expression of interest. If you reopen this expression of interest and go to the bottom, just to the end of the expression of interest, you will see the breakup of your points. So for example, I got 75 points. This is how my 75 points are made up of. 7 points for education, 10 points for language, 11 for work experience, 10 for work experience in Alberta or Canada, 4 points for my age, family in Alberta 8 points, employment offer 10 points, job offer location 5 points, Alberta regulatory requirements 10 points, and the total of 75 points. So yeah, this is what I wanted to cover, guys, in this particular session. I just wanted to show you what has changed in the expression of interest, and I hope you guys got value out of this particular session. If you have questions, reach out in the comments and I'll try my best to answer them. Thank you so much, guys.